and I'll let you know what I have on tap for you today. Hope the bodies are feeling great as always. Take care of your body today as we work through our practice. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga for Stamina. This is our last class in the month of August 2026. What I have today in terms of equipment, have a couple of yoga blocks just as an option. You could also use a couple of books that are about the same size, little paperbacks that are kind of thick maybe. I have a couple of medium size hand weights. I have a hand towel, kind that you use in the kitchen or the bathroom. And then I have a bath towel folded about this wide and rolled up. I also have a little blanket to come down. And there's one more thing I need. No, I don't. I was going to say my yoga strap, but I'm going to also use this for my yoga strap. So you could have your strap as well. Let's do some of our lymphatic warm up just to get everything going today. So start with some of your lymphatic bounces and hops. And I taught a live yoga class Tuesday. And by the way, no chat today because I have to get right to the Blaisdell Y to teach a live class there after class today too. So no chat today. But I did the lymphatic warm up, and nobody had ever done it before, any of the movements. And boy, did they ever like it. I got some great comments about that. So it felt really rejuvenated and energized. Okay, so let's take a split stance position, just a little bit of a stagger. You can have the back heel down or you can leave the back heel up. Either way, we're going to do our body wave up on toes. Woo! So that staggered position is going to give us a little bit more balance challenge than when our feet are parallel with each other, right? And I also feel a little stretch when I come down in the back of my left ankle. We're getting that kind of warmed up and going. And then make sure you're moving your arms through a pain-free range of motion for your shoulders. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it down so both of your knees are bent. Take your wrists, optional, that's not what I'm looking for. Reciprocal flexion. So one hand flexes up while the other hand flexes down. Keep your core engaged. We're going to be doing some things on our hands today, so I really want to warm up the wrists. And also, we're working at getting 30 push-ups. We're going to be doing some of those as well today. So now, take your elbows and do that reciprocal movement. And here you can add some opening and closing of your hands. So make fists and open your fingers. Nice warm up there. And I'm just kind of stationary down into this little split squat. So I'm holding that. And then let's get through the shoulders with our arm swings. So we started with wrists. We moved up to the elbows. And now we're moving into the shoulders. Good range of motion, but very pain-free and comfortable. Nice. And then we'll start some rotation. So reach, pull back. You can do anything you want with your hands here too. You can add some fists and open. I've got kind of a blade hand. Rotating side to side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now come up, take your arms out. As we bring our hands together, we're going to lift the back knee up and touch and take it back. Touch and back. That first couple are a challenge for balance. And then you kind of get into the rhythm of it. Good. Knee up, back. And I'm stepping my foot back and allowing my heel to kind of press down to the floor behind me, which feels kind of nice. But make sure you're doing it easy and slow and controlled, not ballistically pushing your heel down. 2 more. 1 more. Press it back. Hold. Bring your right hand to your hip Take your left arm and stretch over, hold it there, opening up the side waist and the back leg hip flexor. Breathing. I definitely feel the heart rate coming up from that set of exercises. Okay, let's do all of that with our feet switched. So left foot in front, right foot back a bit, either heel down or up for a little bit more balance challenge. Body wave up. Good. So notice I'm not doing this. I'm not letting my upper body fold forward. So I want you to keep your chest up so you're looking straight ahead. If your balance is a little tippy, you can take your feet a little wider apart from right to left. So a little bit, I'm going to have to do that on this side. A little bit of wider base of support. Oh, it's kind of struggling with balance on this side today. I think my right knee is being a little bit grouchy with me this morning. Good, let's do 2 more of those. 1 more, and then hold this down. Push your heel down and back so you feel that stretch. Let's go with wrists. Flex and switch. Kind of like you're pedaling your wrists a little bit. And a nice little pace here, moderately vigorous. And then move into your elbows. Your hands can be any direction. You can have your palms up, your palms in, your palms down. That all affects the position of your forearm and those muscles. You can open and close your hands. And then let's move into shoulders. Good. Reach. So maybe your arms aren't coming up all the way, but you can swing back all the way. So you just figure out what works really comfortably for you. Good. And then from the arm swings, let's start to go into rotation. So thinking about pushing with the forward hand at the same time you're pulling back with the other hand. So you've got obliques on the front side of your body and on the back side of your body. So the front right side while the back left side fires. 3, 2, 1. Great job. And then come up. Let's see, what else did we do? Okay, we brought the back knee up, and then we're going to touch it and take it back. I hope I didn't leave anything out. So if you noticed that I left out a piece, go ahead and do it. Sometimes it's hard to remember all the exercises on one side and then to the other. But that's the good part about the brain, mind-body work. Good. Just gently pushing that heel down and back. 4, 3, 2, hold it back there, left hand to your hip, and stretch over. Breathe, opening up that right hip flexor. And if it bothers your shoulder to do that, just put it anywhere that feels comfortable for your arm. So we've warmed up wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, spine. So everything's pretty much pumping. So let's do a few more lymphatic hops. While you do, I want you to take your fingers and tap your scalp all around. You start to activate the lymph and the blood flow to the scalp. Good, 10 seconds. If it's too much to hop and do it at the same time, just keep your feet still and just do your hands. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Great job. Okay, let's come down to your mat. And what I'm going to have for us today is this rolled up towel as an option to help with our wrists. So I'm going to bring that down crossways on my mat horizontally. And then I've got a little padding for my knees as well. So this is an option for folks who have some wrist problems, and to have your hands down on the floor with a severe flexion at the wrist sometimes feels a little uncomfortable. So what we can do is create a blanket roll. We can put the heel of our hand on the blanket roll and then allow our fingers to be forward on an angle. So now my wrist looks more like this than all the way flexed up. So this isn't something you have to do, but I want to give you an option to do this if you have some wrist issues. So let's start to just move through cat stretch and cow. It's warming up the spine a little bit more through flexion and extension. Just paying attention to what's going on in your lower back, making sure you don't feel any pinching there. Good. Couple more of these, just at a nice, easy pace. And then come to your neutral spine. Going to alternate extending the legs back, keeping equal pressure in the hands. So right leg goes back, bring it in, and then the left leg goes back. Now you can also bring this down to your forearms, and I have my elbows right on that nice fluffy towel, which feels really nice for my elbows. So that's an option as well. And then as you're continuing this, I want to show you, you can use your blocks and have your elbows down on your blocks. So what this does is it raises your upper body up a little bit more. Because when I have my elbows down on the ground, I'm pitched forward quite a bit. So if we use the blocks, then we can come up a little bit higher with the torso. So then add that opposite arm. So as the right leg goes back, the left arm reaches. You can have your forearms on the floor, on your towel, on your blocks, or your hands in that little bit of a more comfortable wrist position. And just alternating your bird dogs at your own pace. We're working on stamina for engagement of our core. 2 more on each side. One more on each side. Great job. So now coming into puppy pose, I'm going to take my towel, move it forward a little bit, or have both of my blocks way out ahead of me. So my hands are slightly elevated, dropping my forehead down toward the floor, a nice big stretch for the shoulders. Now, do you have to have your hands elevated? No, not at all. I had some requests today for class to work on neck and shoulders. This is a wonderful lat stretch. If your forehead doesn't touch the mat when you're doing this, which is possible, you can also slide a block right underneath your forehead, and that's a nice option. And my hips are pretty much over my knees in puppy pose, so that the hips are not all the way down to the heels like it would be for child's pose. Okay, so now I want to do this same stretch, but tuck your right hand underneath you. So it's similar to a thread the needle, but we're not going to twist our body. So I just want you to tuck your right shoulder under your body. Your left hand's going to be extended out and your forehead is straight down. So your shoulders should be level to the floor, not rotated. And you have control about over how much pressure you have into this right shoulder. And if you need to have a little less pressure, just use your hand and lift yourself up a little bit here so you're not as deeply pressed down into that horizontal abduction position of your right arm. One more breath. Great job. Very carefully press yourself up. And then your left arm just slides directly underneath you very carefully. The right hand reaches out either to your rolled up towel or a block or just the floor. This side feels definitely different. Not in a bad way, but I'm just noticing my right shoulder seems a little tighter here. And try to really relax into it. So when we did all of our lymphatic movements, we really got the blood flow moving to these joints so that we could move into some of these deeper stretches and hopefully find them to be comfortable and pain-free. One more breath. And then press yourself up to both hands. Move your hips from side to side and look over the shoulder to the way you're moving your hips. So if you move your hips to the right, look right. If you're moving your hips to the left, look left. And it's like a little dog wagging its tail from side to side. You're shortening one side of the waist and then the other. You can have your hands on your rolled up towel. That feels better for your wrists. You can place your hands on your blocks with your fingertips folded forward. So that was something I wanted to mention too, which I'll just take a second. So if you have wrist issues and to have your hands flat like this starts to bother you, if you put your hands on your blocks so that your fingers fold over the block, that is so much more comfortable on your wrist, because as soon as you straighten your fingers out, that connects with these muscles on the top of your hands and it makes it more uncomfortable. So this is also another great way to do your all fours movements. Okay, so let's come up into a downward dog. And if you'd prefer to use a chair or a wall for that, that's fine as well. Just really walk your hands out in front of you, tuck your toes under, and start to slowly lift your knees up and press your heels down. And then do a little bit of running with your feet. So the balls of your feet stay on the floor, but you bend one knee and then shift and bend the other knee. And when you do that, you're stretching the bones of your toes and the bottoms of your feet as you go back and forth. You can have your forearms down on the ground and do this as well, or your forearms up on your blocks. So a lot of great options, or your hands on a chair works terrific as well. Good, couple more each side. And one more each side. Great job. Now we are going to either walk our feet towards our hands or our hands toward our feet, or a combination of that, coming into a little forward bend. And I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. So just take a forward bend of your choice. So we're all a little bit different in our flexibility here. Maybe for you, you're up here in a half lift with your spine nice and stable. Or you can grab opposite elbows and kind of hang and ragdoll. You can bend your knees a lot. You can sway a little from side to side. And just stretch the backside of your body. Just a couple more breaths. And then release your hands. Start to deeply bend your knees like you're going to sit into a chair, and then your chest starts to rise. And we come into Utkatasana, our chair pose. So your arms can be any way you'd like. Hands can be at your heart, just to relax your shoulders. Arms can come back behind you like an airplane. Reaching up is the traditional chair pose, arms next to your ears. So let's just hold this isometrically for stamina. We're sending our weight back into our heels, really feeling the quads working, the glutes, pulling your core in tight, shoulders down and back. Maybe come down 1 more inch, holding 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Shake out those legs a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, if you have moderate hand weights, I'd like for you to go ahead and take those, 1 in each hand. We're going to work a little bit of strengthening for our obliques and our back muscles, the QL. So right now, I just want you to stand tall. We have equal weight in both hands, and take a little side bend over to the right, pull it up, and to the left. And you can definitely do this without holding on to any workload. Still a wonderful exercise without applying any extra resistance. And just notice what range of motion feels like in your spine in lateral flexion. And let's do 1 more to each side. Head should be nice and neutral, so try not to drop your chin and look down toward the floor. And then come up. So now we're just going to go over to the right side, but what I'd like you to do is bend your left elbow. So you're doing a bicep curl stationary. So you have that muscle working. Your palm can be in any position here, so you can place your palm up, in, down, whatever you like. Hold that and take 5 side bends over to the right. So it's just a little stamina for keeping the bend in our elbow against workload while we're using the spine, stretching the QL, and then strengthening as we come up. 2 more. One more. Hold it here, bring the weight up higher to your shoulder, and then if it feels okay for your body, let's press it up 5 times. If that doesn't feel okay, you're going to go down and up 5 times and just do a moving bicep curl or a moving overhead press. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Lower that arm down. Bring your right arm into a stationary bicep curl. Shoulders are back. Palm can be in any position. Take your side stretch over to the left. Pull it up. 5. So we have isotonic movement for the waist, isometric for the right bicep. 2 more. 1 more. And that weight comes to your shoulder. You can either go down for a curl or up for an overhead press. So option 1 is here. Option 2 is down here and up. 4. Good job. 3. You can do anything else with the other arm if you'd like. 2. And 1, and bring it down. Great job. Take your feet nice and wide. Move my blocks out of the way a little bit. Wide leg position. Turn your right foot over to the right and your left foot parallel. So now we've just come into a warrior 2 position. Bring the weights here in front. Let's come into a curl, down and up. Both arms at the same time. Option 1, you just stay on the curls. Option 2, you curl, rotate and press up. Rotate and come down. So this is a bicep curl to an Arnold press. or any other combination of strength training when we're working stability in our lower body, staying in that nice warrior two position. Good, let's do 2 more here. Nice, we have 1 more, whatever option you're taking. And come on down, straighten out the right leg, shift to the side a little bit, and then I'm going to bring this weight across my abdomen. So I'm doing a little baby triangle pose, and I'm going to open the gate and rotate that arm out for the rotator cuff. Now make sure you have a tiny softness in your knees so you're not locking it out, especially that right would be your right leg. Good. Last 2. And last 1. Good. Pull yourself up. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out, bend your knee, warrior two position. Your torso is facing forward, so this is an open hip pose. So we can do our bicep curls here again. Or option to do your bicep curl into your Arnold press. And if pressing above the head again is an issue, you might be able to do a bicep curl and then do the rotation out that starts that Arnold press. So from here, rotate. So that's a great exercise as well. Or rotate and press. It's very fluid motion. 3 more. Good. 2 more. Fantastic. Last one, whatever option you're doing. And down. Great job. So we'll straighten out the front leg, your left one. Shift over to the side a little bit. So my core is working here because I'm not really supporting my body weight. Right hand comes across the abdomen as we rotate this out and down. Good. I think we did about 6 or 7 on the other side. Let's do 4 more. Nice. Little soft bend in your front leg. The left one. 3. Feel the core working here with the body on an angle. 2. And 1. And then pull your torso back up. Bring both feet forward. And then slowly and carefully, you're going to fold down to take your dumbbells to the floor. Now you can use them like little blocks, and you can support yourself in a wide leg stretch here. If you can go a little deeper, then just set them to the floor and reach the hands down. And then you just relax into whatever forward fold feels great for you today. Relax your head and your neck a little bit. Breathe, scoop your abs in. And then soften your knees a little bit as we roll the spine up, or we come up with a straight back. Either way is good. And then let's walk our feet in to mid-stance position. Okay, mid-stance meaning the feet are directly under the hips. So let's take a nice big deep breath. Open the arms out. Cross the right arm on top of the left. This is your nice bear hug. Or you can wrap your hands into eagle. Or you can just hold your right arm across the front of your body. So those are our 3 choices when we're doing this upper back stretch and shoulder stretch. And then bend your knees, come down into a chair pose. So I want you to shift your weight into your right leg a little bit more and pick up your left heel. So this is our option for eagle, having our foot down on the ground. We can also step our foot in a little closer and our foot is still on the floor. Or we can try to pick the knee up off the floor. And our full eagle is we wrap this leg around. I don't know if my balance is going to be okay for that today, but I just want to show you all of the options that we have with eagle. I'm going to just lift my knee up. A couple more breaths. And I feel the work in my right leg holding that chair pose for sure. Okay, set your heel down. Press up out of your legs. Unwrap your arms and either put your hands to your hips and open up your chest, or maybe lace your hands behind your back and come into a chest expansion. Now, it might feel nice to do some movement of your head here. So kind of unstructured, whatever you want to do. Just take a minute or maybe 20 seconds to move your head around, whatever feels nice. I'm hearing some crunching. Good. Okay, release those hands. Just shake everything out. I forgot to bring my water over here. Oh, well. So let's do the other side. Take a nice big chest expansion. Open. Left arm is on top. Option 1, we hug, bear hug. Or we can wrap into eagle. Or we can just hold this left arm across our body. And it might be different from one side to the other. Sink down into chair. Okay, this side's going to be a lot more challenging for me because I'm going over to my bad knee. I'm not going to say bad. My knee that needs some help. So we're going to lift up our right heel. Maybe bring your foot in closer. Maybe lift your knee up. Maybe cross it over. Ooh, my knee's grouchy about doing that. So wherever you can take it. Hold, hold, hold. Scoop your abs in. Feel your shoulders stretching, your upper back. This is good right here. This is good here. Couple more breaths. Leg strength, balance, and upper shoulder and neck release. And let's set our right heel back down. Press up out of our legs. Unwrap your arms. Hands to your hips or behind you. Take your chest expansion stretch. An option to move your head in any position you'd like to. And we're breathing. All right, relax the arms. We're going to work on triangle, and since I have my 2 blocks, I'm going to have one block over to one side of my mat and the other block over to my other side. If you don't have that choice, you could maybe have a dumbbell on each side that you can hold your hand on, or you don't have to have any props either, or you can move one block from one side of your mat to the other. So again, we're going to take our feet in that nice wide position, whatever feels comfortable for you. It doesn't have to feel like you're doing the splits, but I do want to have a nice separation of your legs. So we are going to turn our right foot, but both legs stay straight. And then I just want you to lift your arms up, but not too high. And then we'll turn the right palm up, and the left palm is going to start to turn to the back of the room. So you feel this rotation in your shoulders and reach out. Good. Now try to keep that left shoulder on top of the right. So I'm not leaning over like this. I'm directly up and down. And then just take your right hand and see where it lands on your leg. Take your left arm, option to reach it straight up. We can bring it close to the ear for a deeper stretch. We can just put that hand down on our hip or even let it wrap behind our back. And I kind of like that one. It helps us to work on that cow face arms or back scratch position. And this shoulder up here should not be rolling forward. I want you to pull it back. We can also take this arm and reach it out for a lot of work for our abs. And this would be the maximum work for our abs. Couple more breaths. Great job. And come up. Now, since I have that block there, I want to give you the option to try to reach for the block. And I like to put it behind my ankle. If I put it in front and then put my hand on it, I'm going to bend over forward. And I don't want to do that. I want to bend directly to the side. So we'll take our arms out, turn the right palm up, the left one under, reach out, and then coming down, maybe your hand's going to touch that block. It's okay if it doesn't. You can have it on your shin. 3 breaths. This is Trikonasana in our Sanskrit. Great job. Pull yourself back up. Relax your arms down. Woo, big stretch through the side of the body. So let's turn our feet. So right foot pivots in, left foot pivots out. Both legs are straight. A couple shoulder rolls. Now, if any of this upper body stuff is just no bueno, Lisa, then you're going to do whatever feels best for you with your arms. We open out and we turn the left palm up. The right palm turns back. So you feel like you've just done an opposite rotation of your shoulders. Reach out, reach, reach, reach. Make sure your body's level. And then take this hand and just touch it down wherever it lands. The other arm, you can do a variety of things again, just like we did on the other side. So just explore. I really like bringing the arm to my ear because it gives me the maximum stretch. But hand to hip is therapeutic. Behind your back is nice. So just kind of explore where you want to take this on this side. And the goal is not to strain anything. So that's no bueno. So just make it feel like you're working, but not pushing the envelope to where you feel any kind of tweaking anywhere. No tweaks. One more breath. And exhale, pull up. Now, if you'd like to try the block, I'm going to put it right behind my ankle or my shin. I have it in the highest position, but obviously you can turn it 3 different ways, depending on your reach ability. Okay, palm up, palm back. We reach out as far as we can. And this hip is kind of pushing out in the opposite direction. And then we see if we can bring our hand to that block. Where is it? Oh, it's a stretch for me. I can get my fingers to touch it. And then the other arm, whatever you'd like to do with it, try not to lean over this way. Oh, I know it makes it easier. Yes, it does. But that's not what the pose is. So let's try to get those shoulders stacked if we can. One more breath. Trikonasana. Exhale. Pull it up. And relax the arms down. Terrific. Walk the feet together. You can take a drink. I forgot to bring my water bottle in, and I'm really wishing I had it. So we're going to transition to coming down to the floor. So we want to have, if you want to sit on a blanket or a block or something, I always love to sit on it. And I still want you to have your little towel available. I need to roll mine up again because I kind of flattened it out. So we still want to have this close by. I'm going to move my dumbbells out of the way. I don't need those anymore. So let's have a seat. You can also sit in a chair, so I want you to just be comfortable. And then either with your hand towel or your yoga strap, I want you to sit with your right leg kind of tucked underneath you and your left knee bent right here to the front. And you can do this in a chair as well. If sitting on the floor like this is just, doesn't feel really great today, that's okay. Sit in a chair. We're going to take this hand towel and loop it under the bottom of our foot. And then try to pick up your leg and lean back a little bit. So I'm going to turn sideways for you for just a second. So I have my core working. I'm using this hand towel under my foot to kind of help me to stay up a little bit. So it's giving me some assistance with my core for sure. So we can stay right here. We can try to straighten our leg out to get more of a hamstring stretch. So either bent knee or straight leg, you get to pick. And then hold your hand towel or your yoga strap in your right hand only and pull your leg across your body. So I'm still leaning back a little bit. I have this leg tucked under. I'm a little bit more on my right hip than I am on my left. And this is going to stretch your IT band. Now we can rotate to the opposite direction with our chest. So you can either reach this hand and look behind you, or you can put it back behind you on the floor and twist. And try to look over your left shoulder with your head. Let's breathe. How are we doing with it? Did you find a place where you can be successful? Wherever that is, lots of options. Okay, let's come back to the middle. And then release that foot down. We'll take the strap or the hand towel off, and then you're just going to switch your feet. So now your left leg is tucked under you a little bit. Your right knee is bent. I do like sitting up on something. This makes it much easier to be able to get this leg to come under me. Okay, strap or hand towel under your right foot. Lean back and lift your foot up. So activate your core. Knee can stay bent, or we can try to straighten that leg out any amount. Hold the strap or the hand towel in your left hand and bring it across toward the left side. So this is where we're going for, right in this IT band. And then your upper body can turn away from it toward the right. A lot of stuff going on here depending on how far you've taken this stretch. Do what you can. Breathing. Holding just maybe about 10 more seconds. Look way over that right shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to the center line and release that strap. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side on my mat so you can see my body from this direction. You can stay straight ahead if you want. Extend your legs out any amount. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees so that you can sit straight up. You can even take your knees apart a little bit. So what I want you to do is reach your arms up if this feels okay for you, and then reach out and stretch. So with bent knees, it looks like this. You can take this into staff pose and straighten your legs and reach out like this. So I'm feeling this definitely along the lower back. Just take it to where you feel comfortable. And then we're going to bring our hands down and slide them back behind us. And when you do, bend your right knee. Now your hands can be turned any direction, or you can have your little towel roll behind you so that you can put the heel of your hand on it so your wrist is at a downward angle instead of really flexed. Option 1, just open your chest and gaze up a little bit. Option 2, press into your feet and do a reverse plank. You get to pick depending on how much your shoulders can manage in this position. Great, and then coming down. You can also change the way your hands are rotated in to make it more comfortable. So this leg comes back out. You can have bent knees, straight legs. Take a breath. Exhale, reach out, stretch. Take this wherever you can or wherever you want to. And then as you come up, your hands are going to trace back behind you. I'm coming to that towel. Bend your left knee, and you can just open your chest here. You can do it without any pressure on your hands if you don't want to do that. Just take a chest expansion or press into the feet and lift up. Reverse plank. Nice. And come on down. One more time to stretch forward. So either with bent knees or straight legs. Take a breath in, reach, and stretch. And come back up. Okay, we are needing to work on some of our push-ups. And so I want you to be able to do as many as you can today. I'm not going to give you a specific number. So if you just want to go to the wall and try 30, or go to your countertop and try 20, go down to the floor and try 5 or 10, whatever you'd like to do. If you don't want to work on push-ups today, a plank would be a good option as well. So I'm just going to give you about 2 minutes to work on your own, wherever you're at home, to decide where you want to take this for push-ups. So I'm going to come to the floor on my knees and just try some kneeling push-ups with my hands nice and wide. So whenever you're ready to start, you can start. I'll bring us back together in a little bit. You're counting on your own. And again, if push-ups just, no, that's not going to happen today, you pick. Maybe you come to your elbows and do a plank. Good job. So we are all at our own place in our journey, working on stamina and strength. Some of us have grouchy joints, and we need to take extra care of some of those joints. So not necessary to do those push-ups today if that's not where your body wants to go. Nice. I'll give you a few more seconds on your own. And then when you feel like, okay, that's good enough for me today, we're going to roll over onto our backs. So you can decide when you want to start to head that direction. Good job. And let's come down, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. So we've been trying to do some one-legged bridges, and it's not always an option for folks to pick one foot up off the floor. So I was thinking of how we can work toward that. And so I think that a nice way is to, first of all, with your brain, think about doing it. So let's try this. Push into your feet, lift up into bridge. So in your mind, I want you to think that you're pushing into your right leg and you're lifting your left. And when I do that, I actually transfer my weight, and I'm barely touching my left foot. I'm really working my right. And then maybe you can lift your left heel off the floor. And then perhaps you can lift that leg up. But wherever you want to take it, hold 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your foot down or your heel down and come down. Now it was the right leg that we really worked hard. So I want you to pull that knee up to your chest. A couple of different options. We can straighten the leg out here and stretch the hamstring a little bit, or we can bring the foot across and come up into a little figure 4 just briefly. Take a couple of breaths. And then let's try it on the other side. So when I do a one-legged bridge, I typically try to bring my feet a little bit closer to each other, which makes it a little bit more doable in terms of supporting your pelvis. So let's lift with both feet, come up into a bridge. It doesn't have to be high. And in your mind, I want you to think about push down with your left and try to take weight out of your right foot. I still have my foot on the floor, but I'm really working my left one hard. And then from there, if you want, you can lift your heel up. And then if you want, you can lift your foot off the floor. Hold it. Breathe wherever you are today. Those 3 levels all work great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your heel come down and your hips come down. Pull your left knee up to stretch. You can hold it here. You can extend the leg. You can bring the ankle across and bring your knees up. So I'm going to do one more drill on each side for this. So let's lower our feet down. So now we're going to work the right side a little bit more than the left. So with your feet fairly close together, I want you to bring your left ankle over your right thigh. It's kind of like we're starting a figure 4. Then just push down into your foot and try to do a little pelvic tilt. So it's almost like you're tucking your butt under, you're tightening the back of that glute. You can hold it there like that, or you can try to lift your hips up a little bit more off the floor, holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down and then pull those knees right up toward your chest. Good. Okay, let's do it on the other side. So Chris Norman, I want to hear from you on this, okay? All right, so we're going to cross the right ankle over the left. Now all we'll do is try to push down into your left foot and do a pelvic tilt. So you tighten your bum. You can stay just like that and hold, or try to lift your hips a little bit off the floor, holding. Breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down and bring your knees up toward your chest. Beautiful. I know we're not stretching the hip we just worked, but that's okay. It's a nice flow. Yes, a couple breaths here. How are we doing on time? Oh, great. I wanted to save enough time for our next stretch with our hand towel. So take your time to come back to seated any way that you want. I kind of like to do the little rolling like a ball and roll up, but you can roll over to your side and push yourself up. Sitting on a block or a blanket if you need. Let's take your hand towel. And our lovely neck stretch. So the way we get into this is we bring the towel around the back of the neck, sit up really tall. We're going to start with the right hand, taking the left piece of the hand towel. Then your left hand comes across on top of it. We're going to lift our left elbow up and bring the towel across the ear. So you're pulling in opposite directions to the side, adding a little bit of rotation for the head. Just bring this into a comfortable position for you. Oh, and relax into it. Breathe, close your eyes. Two more breaths. Great, and come up. Relax that left elbow down. Rest hands to knees for a second and just notice, oh, the right side of my neck feels really long compared to the left. Okay, now our left hand will come across first. Then our right. We lift the right elbow up. We bring the towel across the ear and start to gently pull in opposite directions. I love the way this feels, like I'm doing this stretch very supported. And breathe. Relax any muscles that are wanting to tense up on you right now, including your jaw, your eyelids. Just relax everything in your face. Hold a couple more breaths. And then bring the head back up. Release the hand towel. Hands go back to the thighs. Check in. Couple of breaths. So since we don't have a chat today after class, feel free to send me a little message, or we can catch up next Tuesday when we chat again. But I'd like to hear how class went for you today if you have a minute to share with me. Let's take a breath in together, sweep the arms out and up, draw thumbs into the heart as we exhale into our Anjali Mudra. And the light in my heart honors the light in the hearts of each of you. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. I will send out an email for September, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a lovely day. Mwah.